Over the last few months, there's been an awful lot of drama in the Redpill community. The top G himself has been rotting away in a Romanian prison, awaiting charges on sex trafficking, and apparently there's even reports that he might have lung cancer. But even worse than that, there's this woman with blue hair who's been going around dunking on Redpillers in debates.
Yeah, of course.
Why are the
most
marriage
people
rates declining so much, and why are
marriage rates declining for a whole bunch of reasons that don't have to do with the one-dimensional analysis
This is
of
pretty much
a
the
woman
reason.
fucked a celebrity one time on Instagram and now she won't go back with another guy.
not
Now, as riveting as all this drama has been for a certified soy boy such as myself, there's actually a similar online community that's only gotten 77% of the attention that some people call the Red Pill for women. About a year ago, there was a popular subreddit dedicated to dating advice for women called Female Dating Strategy. Today, honestly, that subreddit is pretty much dead because their moderators locked all the posts and they moved everyone to a centralized website. But for today's video, I thought it'd be fun to take a trip down memory lane and see some of the craziest posts in that subreddit. Now, before we do that, I do want to mention that not all of the popular posts on this subreddit are absolutely batshit insane. For example, the very top post of all time is a reaction to this meme where we see two pictures of the same woman. The caption says the one on the left is before she gets married and the one on the right is after she gets married, implying that women let themselves go after marriage. Underneath is a reaction basically saying that the real reason she looks worse on the right is because of how her man treats her. Honestly, this post is pretty much fine. And although there are some less than charitable comments on it, this is not what I want to focus on. However, there's also some certified grade A crazy ass posts on this subreddit. So let's get to the good stuff. Stop putting men on a pedestal. Sit on it yourself. Aren't you tired of always putting yourself last? Yeah, I think I am. Aren't you tired of making yourself more anxious each year because you're afraid men won't choose you because you're older? Yeah. Aren't you tired of spending money going halfsies with lukewarm dudes that asked you out on a date? Guys, where's this going? What's wrong with putting yourself first? Well, now I'm starting to not be so sure about this. What's wrong with being selfish and self-serving? Wait a minute. That can't be right. What's wrong with being alone? When I'm alone, I hear the voices. What's wrong with choosing to be chased and catered to rather than exhausting and humiliating yourself chasing and catering to low-value males? Wait a minute. How is choosing not to chase a low-value male the same thing as choosing to be chased and catered to? Stop treating men like they are the prize. Stop putting them on a pedestal and acting like they are so great. They aren't. Go up there and sit on the pedestal yourself. What's wrong with that? After reading this post, my first reaction was honestly confusion because I have not seen women chase men this way, let alone simp for them. Like, who is this for? What is this reacting to? But as crazy as this post is, just wait till you see this comment underneath it. In my pick-me days, I had no problem being put second or even third place because I felt that the world doesn't revolve around me. But I felt pressured to put people's feelings first, even before my wishes. Quick side note, by the way, a pick-me is a woman who chooses to act in a way to appease men so that she gets picked. Never again. I won't even let my children come first in my life. You hear that, guys? Not even her children. What a great mother. Mommy, I'm hungry.
Shut the fuck up, Jimmy! You know Mama eats first!
As for your question, what's wrong with putting yourself first? Nothing, because it's your life. You only have one. Isn't life more cherished and sacred to allow yourself to be last place for a man or his children? Nobody is worth putting first. Not family, not your flesh and blood, and especially not a man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can nominate people for Mother of the Year this early, but let's make an exception for her. Outstanding parenting. Great job. No narcissism at all there. This next post is called Run If He Tries to Create False Intimacy with You. And honestly, it starts out pretty reasonably. I've been in relationships where I felt like I was rushed into doing things. I got a sense that the men were impatient. I thought it was my fault for being so slow and inexperienced. In a sense, everything was moving way too fast. Did I feel loved? No. I felt like he was checking off a list of romantic things people do. It wasn't natural and felt off. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Nobody should be pressured into doing things they're not comfortable with. At 3 months, he expected me to put out and demanded sex. These things take time. What the fuck? 3 fucking months? Unless a girl specifically tells you that she doesn't want to have sex until marriage, there is no way that you should be waiting 3 months to fuck. If I was in a relationship and we hadn't had sex in 3 months, I think that there's something seriously wrong with that relationship. Like either she's not attracted to me or she's afraid of sex or something. That guy's a fucking saint for lasting that long. But speaking of sex, let's go on the spicy side of female dating strategy and see what their takes are on that. Let's talk about oral. I will never again date a man who does not give it. Also, I will not perform it unless it's performed on me first. Gone are the days of giving out blowjobs like candy, waiting for a man to return the favor. You go, girlfriend! No, but in all seriousness, that's totally up to her. Some women need oral to get off, so cool, whatever. But then we get this part. So, even if I were to miraculously find a high-value man before I die, I don't think I'd ever want to give him oral. Does a high-value man even deserve it? I'll still expect him to give me mine, though. Wow, okay. The lack of self-awareness on this forum never ceases to amaze me. It may not really surprise you, but one of the things that separates female dating strategy from other feminist spaces on the internet is that they're very anti-porn and anti-kink. They seem to be fundamentally unable to understand that a woman can consent to these activities. For example, there's this whole thread here about how no good man would ever be into kink. PSA, a high-value man will not be into BDSM. Yes, I'm kink shaming. A high-value man respects and adores women and wouldn't dream of harming her in any way. BDSM is deeply rooted in misogyny, where men resort to literal abuse disguised as kink. Those who want to argue BDSM is consensual, for most people, it isn't. Consent does not equal coercion. Low-value men who insist on depravity will beg and moan for their partners to agree to whatever disgusting act they saw in a porn movie 2 hours before. Babe, can I choke you during sex?
No, gross. But baby, please, just one tinsy wincy little chokesy. I'll only restrict your airway a little.
Again, it just seems like they're fundamentally incapable of understanding that a woman can not only consent to this, but actually want it. This comment right here nearly made me fall out of my seat the first time I read it because of the complete lack of self-awareness. I love to do the gender flipping test to see if something is high value or makes sense for women. Imagine men collectively as a whole putting up with BDSM from women, being like, she slaps my ass in bed, it means she loves me, herder, screeching, she needs this, she needs an outlet, she needs sexual variety. BDSM is pleasurable for men because we have prostates. I want mommy, insert name of celebrity, to choke me, etc. It literally sounds so absurd. Men would never be willing to be subs, aka straight up abuse victims. They would never put their own pleasure on the back burner to please women. What the fuck is this woman talking about? Does she know how many men would kill for this? There is so much more I wanted to cover here. Like their absolutely insane 6 principles on their official website, or their blatant transphobia. But I don't want this video to be an hour long. One of the tricky things about female dating strategy is that a lot of the entitlement and hypocrisy that you can find is actually kind of subtle, and you only really see it when you view the community in its totality. As an example, there's this post in one thread about why you should never ask a guy out, claiming that a woman she knew was dumped for no reason by a guy she was dating for 2 years. Literally no reason, according to her. But then, in this other post about how men never listen, a woman goes off about how men claim women break up with them for no reason, but really they were told hundreds of times and just didn't listen. Like, how fucking uncharitable can you be? This is all so vitriolic and nasty. Anyways, I'll leave links to both their official website and forum for those interested so you guys can go check them out. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, or my mistress will punish me. Oh shit, she's here. No, I told her to like the video just like you said. No, please, I'll be a good boy, please. No, please.